Gavin is with us in Houston, Texas. Hi, Gavin. How are you?
Good. How are y'all doing?
Better than we deserve. How can we help?
So I'm 25, and due to a very fortunate situation, I kind of got doubly lucky here and got some money from my parents and my grandfather, and also got really lucky investing in some things I didn't completely understand with that money, like you often say. The tricky part about that now is that 95% of my net worth is in stocks, and I only make 50 grand a year. Getting ready to buy a house with my fiance, I'm just concerned about the capital gains tax hit to create a down payment for the house. So I'm thinking I've made my fair share of dumb decisions with this money, being young, obviously. I've got a big Chevy Tahoe that, I don't think I necessarily deserve, but I just happen to like. So I'm thinking, do I sell it to, number one, be debt-free and create positive equity to maybe absorb that tax hit, or do I keep the truck just because I enjoy it?
Is the truck paid for?
Yeah.
It's got $28,000 left on it, but either way, I'm not taking a car payment anymore. So I'm thinking both situations, I'm either writing it off and writing the check.
So you're 25 years old. You make $50,000. You have a $28,000 truck, and you have how much in this investment account?
About $650,000.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, you've been blessed beyond measure, sir.
Yes.
And how much? How much of that
investment.
is gain that is over a year old?
Probably about 70% of it.
Okay, so that'll be taxed at 15%, and it's in single stocks. And from the way you're describing this, it sounds like it's a fairly high risk situation. Am I right?
Some of it is I decided, I got scared of it pretty early, so I moved about 60% of it into management. I would say the other 40% is individual stocks around consumer data collection and medical diagnostic data collection.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, uber high risk, cutting edge, small cap technologies, and you're pretty much playing Russian roulette with those things, or the roulette wheel anyway. The way I answer questions, we answer questions on this show, is what would we do if we woke up in your shoes?
Yeah, man. Here's
Okay.
First
off, thank goodness you're where you are. Congratulations.
Yes.
It's wonderful.
Thank you.
The danger is that it worked and that you may try to do it again. That's the dangerous part. It's like the guy that drops one quarter into a slot machine and wins, and he spends the rest of his vacation putting all his money into a slot machine trying to do it again. Because you're not going to do it again. So I do not have investments of those types because they scare me, and my real estate portfolio alone is worth hundreds of millions. So I can speak with emotional authority in this situation, how it feels. When I was your age, I was a millionaire and I lost everything, and I don't want you to fall into that. So what I would do is I would move anything that is not in a managed account in mutual funds into that, and I would pay off the truck tomorrow if you're going to keep it. Normally we say do not own things that are more than half your annual income. This is barely, but you also have $650,000 freaking dollars laying over here, so I think you can afford to drive this truck if you want to.
Right.
And then believe it or not, I'm going to suggest you do not buy a home with your fiance right now. Number one, you don't buy homes with people you're not married to. After you're married, I would rent something, even if it's something nice, for 6 months. Get to know each other.
Yeah.
It takes about a year of being married to know how close to your mother-in-law to buy.
Yeah.
In other words, after a year of marriage, you will make a different housing decision than you would make today. Together.
We've been renting here for about 2 years. We'd probably been
You're
married
not
already.
married.
Yeah, correct.
After you've been married a while, you will make a different decision than you would make as shacked up fiancés. It's a different thing. It just is.
That's the truth.
And so I would take my time.
Yeah.
And you've been there's a tortoise and the hare. You've been the hare, and you're ahead in the race. And I'm going to switch sides and become the tortoise. And I'm just going to slow your butt down on the investing and on the house. I'm really happy where you are, and you're obviously a very sharp guy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're obviously very bright, so you may not do anything we say to do. But you called and asked us, which the danger of that is we're going to tell you.
Tell you the truth, and I think he will, Dave. I think he's a little nervous. He's a little scared. He wants to make the right decision.
She wants to buy a house.
Yeah, and here's the thing, Dave. I was going to say, instead of save like you said, spend the first 6 months to a year once you all get married, and then with him walking away after he pays the capital gains,
I pay cash.
I'll pay cash for the house. That's what I was going to say.
Yep.
And I'm saying cash like a $200,000-$300,000 home.
$400. I don't care.
Yeah.
$500.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Pay
So
cash
that
for
way,
it.
now you're good, really good.
Yeah. Everything's paid for.
Everything.
The money's gone.
Yeah.
Most of it. But your
It's
taxes,
not really gone.
Your taxes. Well, I mean, by the time it's not gone. It's not in the sense of it's that the investment account's gone.
Yes. Yes.
But your taxes at 15% on 70% of 650 is just that's not going to cripple the situation.
It's not.
And yes, I would pay the capital gains in order to get this in the right setting.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound like that much of it's going to be subject to capital gains because it sounds like you've already done that when you moved it from these higher risk things into the managed stuff. You probably took your capital gains hit then.
Yeah.
Because you liquidated the investments to move them. That's my guess anyway. I don't know exactly how you did that, but that's what it sounds like you did to me. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going to pay what capital gains you got to pay for making the move, and I'd get it all under managed, and I would sit there, rent something for a year after marriage or 6 months after you're married. Then I would buy with cash, and I'd pay off the car today.
Yeah, and I want to say this too, America, listening. I know you are probably saying, "Oh man, that worked for him. Let me go try that." No. Do not do it. No. I mean, I think the numbers, Dave, I don't know the updated numbers, but it's right around 78% of the people who play in this field do not make a dime. They actually lose money. Yeah. And so, yes, you hear it worked over here, but it does not mean more than likely it will not work.
If you had a buddy that hit a lottery ticket, doesn't mean that it's smart to buy a lottery ticket.
Yes.
So it's just, that's the bottom line. Yeah. And so, and Gavin's smart enough wise enough to be a little bit afraid in this situation. But congratulations that you're there.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that you're 25 years old and you have $650,000. That's just so cool, man. That's so neat.
And thanks for calling in and asking the question.
Yeah. So you get to do what you want to do. You're grown up. That's what we would tell you to do.
Yes.
Thanks for calling.